welcome to 32 Division. Thank you for attending. The Toronto Police Service received a complaint some time ago about cloned intranet modems. The investigation that was initiated at the time discovered that these modems provided opportunity for anyone to connect up to the internet and receive high-speed internet service. The Major Crime Unit here at 32 Division about a month ago commenced an investigation, and it led them to the website that you see mentioned on the news release, blockbusted.ca, and further investigation also brought them to a storefront location on Shepherd Avenue near Bathurst Street. On the 3rd of October, the Major Crime Unit executed search warrants at this location. They seized a large quantity of DVDs, latest computer games that are available on the market. In total, 4,486 DVD movies were seized, 566 video games of the Halo 3 variety for Wii systems as well as PS3, and 28 Bell, ExpressView, and Dish Network receivers were seized, along with 49 computer modems. There were 2 people arrested as a result of the investigation. Michael Wong, 29, of Toronto, as well as Jeremy Coffin, 31, of Toronto, were charged with numerous counts of possession of devices to obtain telecommunication services, selling devices to obtain communication services, 8 counts of possession of property obtained by crime, 4 counts of fraud over, and numerous charges of possession of property obtained by crime under. And there were also charges laid with regards to possession of proceeds of crime. At the time that the officers executed the search warrant, they also seized $12,000 in cash. We have representatives from various industries here that assisted us in the investigation. They are representatives of the Canadian Motion Picture Distributors Association, Bell ExpressView, the Entertainment Software Association of Canada, as well as the Canadian Recording Industry Association. And some of the representatives will be available for you to speak to after the conference. Are there any questions with regards to...
How much is all this worth? I mean, not only the stuff that you seized, but how much could they have generated?
We don't have a dollar figure in terms of the losses that the industry has suffered, nor do we know the exact dollar value of all the illegitimate products that have been generated. This operation was extremely complex. It's unique because they not only were involved in pirating DVDs, but they also manufactured and produced equipment to intercept satellite telecommunications. So the 2 gentlemen that were charged had a wide array of operations that not only were they involved in movies and games, but satellite and internet telecommunications.
And what would they do, sell to anybody off the net?
The website was a location where the public could access information about the products that were available, and through other means they were able to connect up with the accused and obtain the products that they were producing.
Sergeant, we've heard about the DVD piracy before and the satellites to an extent. Is the cable modems, is that a new thing now?
We haven't seen any cable modems to date. It's a rather unique investigation, and we don't get very many of them in the city.
So why were there 2 search warrants executed at home instead of 1?
There were a number of locations that were involved.
What does the cable modem do? What's that about?
It provides unrestricted access to cable services.
And what would they be selling that for?
I don't know what the products were going for on the market. We know that they were for sale, and obviously there was a huge market for the products.
So they would just clone someone else's account, or how does that all work?
Well, it had to do with cloning the actual hardware. It wasn't so much the personal information that they were obtaining, but they were able to duplicate the hardware and the programming component of the hardware in order for people to log on to the internet without having to set up an account for themselves.
Were these two known to police for similar acts like this?
No.
Do you have any idea how long this website was up and running?
No, we don't.
What do guys like this face, minimum time findings?
Well, these charges are relatively new. They're going through the courts, and we really don't have an idea or precedence in terms of sentences that the courts are issuing.
Have you seen this before where you've got like a blatant retail operation apparently and an online site? Have you seen that before?
No. Generally you see retail outlets, and we've had them in the past in 32 Division at flea markets and small stores that are retail in nature, but to have a combination of the manufacturing process and also the retail and the website all rolled into one, along with satellite telecommunications. This is one of the more complex ones that we've run into.
The Bishop Avenue storefront, did it also go by the name Blockbuster, or was it by a different name, or was there another business operating there as well?
No, we're not aware of any other names that were used.
Okay.
And it wasn't public knowledge that this location was open to the public. It was strictly through word of mouth and contact via the website.
But if you found the website, you could get to them.
Not directly.
I don't understand what would happen.
Through word of mouth, I guess, the underground and perhaps other links on the internet. But there wasn't a direct connection from the website to the address. And he was in the process of establishing the business there. Wasn't quite up and running yet.
So is this just a two-man operation or part of the chain?
These were the only two individuals that we know of that were involved in this operation.
How do they relate to each other?
I don't know what relationship they had, but the two of them were working together.
How substantial is this sort of in the grand scheme of things? I mean, is this a pretty major bust, or is it sort of the tip of the iceberg of what's potentially out there?
Well, I'm going to have to defer to my colleagues in the industry, perhaps, to give you an answer on that one. I don't have any idea.
And I saw that the two guys were in court October 4th. Is it known the next date that they're back?
No.
Excuse me, how long has this investigation has been going for? Like, how much time you guys need to before taking
The major
action?
crime unit was involved for approximately 1 month.
Is this operation a distributing operation? That means they get the stuff from somewhere else?
Well, they were purchasing the blank DVDs, they were purchasing the packaging, and they had the equipment to be able to manufacture labels and for packages, as well as the DVDs and CDs and games on site.
Will the police go after where they got those packaging, those software or master pirate copies? Or?
Presently, it's not an offense to sell the raw products that are used. They can be purchased legitimately by consumers. In this case, they were purchasing larger quantities.
Is there a place where they went to get the stuff?
We're not quite sure how the connection was made. We know that the information on the website provided an entire list of all the products that these two individuals were selling. And then from there, to physically obtain the product, we're not quite sure how the linkage was made, but obviously they have a huge market given the number of products that you see in front here.
Is there any connection between previous cases, regarding similar to this communication, like DVDs, probably computer software, or you treat it as individual case?
All the charges have been put forward as one case. to the courts. There's no separation between the telecommunications and the DVD or the gaming industry. They're all rolled into one case.
But there has been like similar cases like in previous months in other regions, right? So
Yes.
like, is there any connection between like this?
No, we're not aware of any connection between these two individuals and any previous charges that are before the courts.
My name is Jim Sweeney. I'm with the Canadian Motion Picture Distributors Association.
What's exactly the quality of internet modems?
Well, it's something that our organization is not directly involved in. That obviously it concerns the telecommunication industry more than us. Our interest in it is primarily because of pirated internet modems would allow unlimited access to the internet, which conceivably be used to download motion pictures or music or other types of media.
We see a lot of like pirated DVD copies today. So what's exactly lost to the industry? Or like pirated copies?
The number of DVDs seized would represent a potential loss to our industry of in excess of $100,000. But you have to realize that these are one-ofs. These are his master copies that these individuals were using to make copies for sale. So the potential loss is far greater than that, obviously.
So what's the total estimated loss as of today, like for last year?
It's hard for us to say. We're not too sure how long this operation was on the go and how many customers we had. That is something that is still, I understand, being investigated.
Okay. I mean, in general, for the whole industry, so what's the estimated loss for the industry?
Well, I can tell you that in 2005, the estimated consumer spending loss due to motion picture piracy in Canada was $225 million. I can only assume from what I've seen and experienced that in 2006 that loss is going to be greater.
So for normal consumer, how do they like define which one is the legitimate, what's the legal copies?
The three major points to consider when you purchase a DVD movie are obviously price, appearance, and availability. If a motion picture is still playing in the theater, it's not going to be legitimately available, particularly at a flea market or other type of vending location similar to that. The price, everybody knows what a DVD costs when you buy it from Blockbuster or Future Shop or any of the other legitimate retailers. They don't sell for 7 for $20 at a flea market, any legitimate product. And the appearance, almost all of the counterfeit DVDs that we're seeing now are burned copies. The back of the disc is purple in color. That's a dead giveaway. No matter what it looks like otherwise, if the back of the disc is purple, it's a burned disc, it's not legitimate, it's counterfeit.